Alright guys, welcome to the build series. We're working on the 80 today, so we're going to be working on the canopy, we're going to do the fit out. We're looking at a false floor, so we put drawers and fridge and set up so we can go off-road with it obviously and be more comfortable. So, to start with, we have a fridge cage, an elevated floor. We're going to grind all this out. We're going to clean it all up. It does leak a little bit of water, I don't know where, so we've got to find that. We're going to plug it. Once we plug it and seal it, we can put down the false floor. So this has got to go too. So we're going bare naked. We're going to put some battens across, and then we're going to put the ply on top with the carpet. And then we've got some drifted drawers to go in there today, and hopefully we'll get that all done. So we got the carpet, we got the battens, we got the drifted drawers. A little bargain on Marketplace for $700, and they're perfect size. So I don't have to alter those drawers. We'll see how we go. Now we already got electrical in here, so there's not much to do. It's just tidy, install, put it together, and hopefully it comes in that easy for us. We're not going to screw into the floor either. We're going to glue the battens down because it's only like it's not a 3mm sheet or something for aluminium. So I want it watertight, and I want to be able to remove the canopy as well. So where we space out the battens will be important. I'll run you through that when I'm doing it and how I run that. Now, the other thing too is all good ideas never get written down on paper. So I'm winging this. I've designed it in my head and I'm just gonna go for it. And we'll alter it as we go along. I'm sure there'll be a few hiccups, but nothing's perfect. I'm not perfect, and here's the way it is. I'm not that fatigued about sitting down on CAD and drawing it all out, but world's all gotta go, I imagine. The false floor has to be allowed to access removal of the canopy. There's another one in the back corner, and there's one here, there's another one there I got to count for. Electrical's in, we're not touching that. There is a conduit over there we got to be mindful of. I'll probably put the floor over that, but I'll leave it so it's accessible. And it's just a lot of grinding for now, and then a bit of glue. But on the fly, we wing it. It's the best way to do it. All right, we got one cage out, sidewall and back cage done, but it's always the case. I'm gonna have to go to Bunnings because I've already gone through one solid disc and 3/4 of the other. I didn't really think the aluminium would chew that much. I'm gonna go through at least 5 discs doing this. Plus then I got to use the thicker one to smooth off all the weld marks he's done, tied it all up, but it's always the case. There is no project where you do not go to Bunnings more than once to get a job done, okay? If you do, well, good for you. You're probably a professional tradesman or whatever, but here's what it is. All right, things never go to plan, I can tell you that much. I've gone through 7 grinding discs, bloody aluminium, take timber any day, but I hate DIY. When I say DIY, I hate fixing or working with other people's DIYs. It's horrendous. I'm no perfectionist, but God, this guy did overkill. Look at this. Weld. Here, over. I gotta cut all that out later. And this, and then he's packed it up for me, just lovely. So I've got to take them out so my timber's still flush. He's packed it up again. Oh my God, it's been some time. I've wasted a lot of time on one side. DIY is never easy. Working with other people's DIY sucks. If you're gonna be that bloke that sells a car and you've done DIY, at least make sure everything's easy to pull apart. Discs everywhere. All right, we're down to the last blade. Gone through 7. There's not a whole lot left. It's the last box. And got a few tack welds over here, gotta get through. And then we've got one more of these. Then we can clean and put buttons down. did it. We definitely did it. Chiseled so hard we went through the actual canopy. Oh God, that feels good. All right, like I said, it wasn't going to be as easy just one day once I realized those grinds. So it's a different day, obviously. Chucked everything in the other day packing up, but I put down all my battens on the floor, made sure it's nice and level. They all work with each other. I'm gonna run a piece of ply up to halfway here, and then from there we can still have access to this panel here for extra wiring or anything I need to do, or access to the floor later. And then I just got to cut around the bolts with the ply, make sure it's accessible to remove the canopy, and then we're gonna carpet it. So watch the test fit. All right, first one's in. Had to cut it in half so it fit, couldn't get through the doors. Had to do a little bit of a scribe joint. It's not perfect, but that's why we have carpet, right? Comes up just maybe like 2-3 mil short, so nothing rolls out of it. Up here, the locking mechanism. Yep, I'm gonna need somewhat room, which I did not allow for. So I will be cutting this and cutting this so it can lock, but it's progress. Real simple. Honestly, the staples work a treat, especially if you don't have to glue, so you have room to cut and scribe, and then you run it in, flush, pin it off, and it gives you that nice neat cut. Then we'll just do the other side, and then we can tack it all off and put the drawers in. All right, weather went pretty bad. Went a bit pear-shaped, so wet. So to do the old shuffle around, get us under cover. But like I was saying, I didn't allow for the locking latch. I made it too clean here, so I'll have to cut some out, fill it with carpet. It's a bit hard, I've already done this side, but on the other side, it's no biggie. I need a few indentations of where it roughly need to be. I can just notch that out and then carpet around it, you won't even see it. Where was the other one here? Right here. Probably about that, roughly. That'll be alright, that's an easy fix. And then we'll get moving. It's always mistakes when you rush. Pretty happy with that. Let's go. Beautiful. We did it. It locks. Now we can fix it all off and we're done. Alright, last thing to do is just to scribe all these edges off so there's no gaps. Looks like it's a neat cut. We've got this edge to do, and then it'll end up looking a lot like that. Alright, let's get into it. See that? pretty happy with that product. We've got lock-in holes. We've got holes for the removable canopy. That's it. Drawers go in next. Alright guys, finished product, here we go. Put the floor in, put the drawers in, $700 off Marketplace for a bargain for me, I reckon. It was a perfect width, height, and length. I wanted a little bit of a gap here to rest stuff on. I still wanted to access my panels. Otherwise I was going to buy bigger ones and cutting them down and gluing them all back together and pinning them off, but I didn't work that well. Hello. Just come out to look at my project. And then we're gonna run the Waco fridge here. Obviously run out. I don't know if I'm gonna do an upright fridge or not. And some storage. What do you reckon? Stick your head out. What do you reckon?
That's good.
Cape York ready? You comfortable with that? I'll have to build something here eventually for storage, but I'll take it away now. It's pretty usable. We'll take it away, test it, use it, and then depending on what I'm doing with it, go from there. But the next thing really for this car is to whack on the 270 awning, wrap around. It'll be the bushwhacker. Got that in the shed ready to roll.